With dumbbells, side and rear delts, I have to hold the contraction, otherwise I don't feel anything. Yeah, you can try doing that. Sometimes it might be that you just need to isolate the top portion of the movement or the rear portion. It depends where you're lifting it. A lot of people have issues feeling those muscle groups, especially when they start. I know I definitely did. So you might use a different resistance profile with those exercises. So you might use a cable, or Jerome mentioned earlier, doing a side raise whilst leaning away from the weight, so you're lifting it that way. That might change the strength curve, resistance curve even. And then other things, you might even just slow down the lift of the weight. People with these sort of exercises do use a lot of momentum, they don't realize it. And I was guilty of doing it today on my did like a lying dual cable side raise or lateral raise, and the last few reps I did cheat, and I was thinking these partial reps are partial reps, but they could have easily been a better rep if I just held it in a static contraction position rather than just swinging it up. I think that's is a more risky way of training. Obviously it's a side raise, it's cables, I was lying down, it's not going to kill me sort of thing, but it's a more risky movement than I had to do. So I've assessed that and looked at myself and thought, yeah, I kind of messed that up. I should have just done a static contraction, but you can just hold the movement pattern. It should work just fine.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Jerome?
I'm a big fan of having really slow changes of direction anyways. So I don't think a pause at either point in either fully contracted or near full extension is necessarily a bad thing anyways. The more you do certain exercises, sometimes it just takes months, if not years of lifting before you can really constantly feel certain muscle groups working. Some muscle groups you might have a harder time feeling, but you should generally feel whatever the prime muscle groups are in that exercise. You should be feeling them move. And really try and focus on what's the role of that muscle group, and then are you feeling contracting as you're going through that movement. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
No, I know that when I started out, I couldn't feel the muscle groups. Like I was doing like the rear reverse delts.
Rear delt 5, yeah.
That one.
Yeah, we're moving to rear delt rows now.
I couldn't really feel which part was supposed to be, so I always kept thinking, am I doing this right, am I doing it wrong? Because I didn't know, and like probably quite a lot of people, I couldn't feel that muscle doing its job. But like Jonathan says, we're doing rear delt rows now.